Good morning, San Antonio. We're here in San Antonio, Texas, with your hosts, Pablo, Rivera, Roberto, Campos, and Guillermo Hernández, and this is Rodeo Week.
In case that Good Morning San Antonio didn't let you know where we are.
You missed the yeehaw. I think the yeehaw you did at the very beginning was good.
I can tell.
Yeehaw!
There you go. We're here with the mayoral candidate for San Antonio, Pablo Rivera, since everyone is running for office.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
But here we are.
Everyone is running, but not me.
Not yet.
Let's rodeo San Antonio.
Yeah.
There's a few different updates we have as far as professionally and personally. Professionally, at least in immigration, things are going as bad as, well, not as bad. I think they're going worse than we thought they were going to be. It's unfortunate, but does that surprise us? I don't think so. We're probably under the worst administration and most aggressive administration that we have seen in the past, at least in my case, the past 10 years. Considering that the first administration that I saw was Trump's, but this is way worse. Multiple different attacks in many stages. USCIS, the Department of Justice, the Executive Office of Immigration Review. Last week, there was some news regarding different immigration judges being fired all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
I think it's not even just limited to immigration. I mean, we're seeing these cuts all across the federal government under the guise of we're cutting waste and bringing down spending thanks to Commander Musk.
The question here is, I know they're preaching this idea of government efficiency and so on, but is that really going to be accomplished by what they're doing? I seriously doubt it. As of right now, immigration courts have a backlog of more than 3.2 million cases. That's people that are waiting for the in court. If you're cutting the adjudicators, the immigration judges out of the picture, that means that there's going to be more work for the already existing immigration judges. And that's going to cause more delay, more time, and of course, less efficiency. So that's why I don't think it's going to make a difference. There is, again, several different memorandums that were by USCIS, by the administration, saying that they're cutting off this idea of efficiency with USCIS, which is going to mean, I don't know what that means, but it's going to mean reality is going to take more time for them to adjudicate applications that are already delayed.
I think we never actually recovered after COVID, and there was a little bit of progress under the Biden administration, but I'm still seeing like petitions take here in San Antonio almost 17 months as a processing time. Or a waiver of unlawful presence, it's like 3.5 years. To get a consular appointment, could be 2.5 years. So when I've done some consults recently, people ask me how long will it take once I start this family petition process. It's easily a 5 to 6 year process if you're a U.S. citizen. Longer if you're a permanent resident, it could be almost 10 years. And I think that we're just going to see that get worse, to be honest. And we're seeing the administration already cut channels of communication with attorneys. We might have had liaison relationships and the ability to contact and resolve issues. Those are already starting to disappear. So going to be an interesting 4 years for sure.
And I think we're just talking about immigration, but I think even in like agencies where regular people go and take care of different stuff are going to be affected by these efficiency cuts.
I mean, even the FAA, we're seeing like crashes like happened before. I'm legitimately nervous now when I get on a plane. I have to fly out Monday, and my wife, Erica, was like, are you sure you should be traveling? Are you sure you should be getting on a plane? And I think that's like real concern at this point with the increase of incidents we're seeing.
Staying quiet because I have my newfound hobby, which is arguing with people on social media and the internet. And I think it's taking a toll on my mental sanity. It's like talking to a wall. I don't think it makes a difference to even explain things. You have the Secretary of Transportation now is like former reality TV star or president. It's a former reality TV star who bankrupt multiple companies and have a history of legal issues and all that. Our Secretary of Defense is an ex-Fox News host that didn't even serve active army and have never ran a company or a business of that size. I think he even was taken out of 2 nonprofits because he was taking them to the ground. It's just ridiculous. And these government efficiency cuts, they sell it. It's like people here in the United States have become like cats with the laser light. They just see the laser light and they go for it. It's like, and they don't know, but they just go for it. It's like, oh, why are people so mad about efficiency? Because that's not what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They're cutting people that were in charge of securing and our nuclear weapons, and then all of a sudden they find out, like, wait a second, maybe we should bring them back, and then they couldn't. They didn't know how to find them. They also cut a program. This is how ridiculous. They cut a program that is for kids with intellectual disabilities. I think it was when we graduate, to transition them to the workforce. And because they saw the word transition, they cut it, because they probably thought it was like, trans people. Yes. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, we get them, wasting my money. They lie and they accept it. And you tell this to people and they don't care. The $50 million in condoms to Hamas. And then it went back to like 100 million. Like, there's no evidence. It was proven to be a lie, and people don't care. They're like, oh yeah, there's gonna be inaccuracies. It's the press secretary said it, our president said it, and it was a complete lie. But it doesn't matter, and that's why I'm getting tired. It doesn't matter how you explain to people that they're being taken advantage of, that selling them. It's like snake oil sales, man. These people really think like, oh, they're doing, not even that they say they cut are true. Even if making cuts for efficiency, the amount that they're saying they cut is not true. Proven again, no evidence. So, but yeah, I'm my little rant for today. Welcome to my tech talk.
So maybe we switch to something a little lighter, because I think we can't help but get into like political spectrum when we talk, but we tend to get a little heavy on this topic, and we're going to transition to something a little bit lighter. We're going to talk about personal updates. It's rodeo season, Valentine's Day season, and we left, season 3 in a cliffhanger because we missed all of the holidays, summer maybe. So season 4, we have a lot of catch up to do, but we're going to pretend to be bakers. And frost some cupcakes. So I guess we'll be doing that while we talk. But Roberto did say something earlier that I'm interested in. Maybe we start with Pablo. What are your top 3 songs right now that you're jamming in your car?
Oh, well, that's kind of a weird question.
We just grab over here?
Because I'm really not listening to nothing new. The only song that I was singing the other day was what is it, Pink Pony Club?
Oh my gosh, I was gonna point to be honest.
I think I saw the videos of our presentation, and it just stuck in my head, especially when I started listening to the lyrics and what it was about. So that was funny. But then the other things that I'm listening to, it's not more like top 3 songs, but I'm listening to the Bad Bunny, the DTMF, Debí tirar más fotos.
Debí tirar más fotos.
Because we're going to the concert in August. So
whoa! What? We're going to the concert?
Yeah, in Puerto Rico. So I've been listening to it. Plus, it has that album a little bit more like personal connection, things it says and all that. And also I discovered, and TikTok is not as bad as people think. I discovered on TikTok this mother and son, you can call them duo, but they're not a duo, they're more, but his name is Tony Zucker and her name is Mimi Zucker, and they're from Peru. And I discovered them. They actually won 2 Grammys, and it's awesome. It's like old school salsa and great. And you can check it up there. The album that I think it was recorded in live is Tony Zucker and Mimi Zucker, and that's been pretty cool.
Wow, Pablito. So what are your top 3 songs?
Top 3 songs?
Yep.
This week, I will have to say Pink Pony Club, because I've been like that. I will say Debí tirar más fotos. Nice. I think that's one.
A good one.
Then, I don't know the name, but I think it's Colora of Mimi Zucker. I think she also has a singer called Berta, and it's Mimi Zucker, and is that album.
It's gonna be a basic cupcake, like bake sale type when you have to take it to school. And what about you, Roberto?
As people know here, I'm kind of loud, and I go through different phases. But I think right now I'm on it's my perpetual stage. But I'm really into Tito WP, Gabito Ballesteros. So I guess my top 3 songs are Morena Canela by Chino Pacas. I could say number 2 is Siete Días by Tito WP, and then Siete Días by Tito WP and Gabito Ballesteros. Those are my
Wait, twice?
Tito WP twice, of course. It's Morena Canela. It's 7 días. No, sorry. It's not 7 días. It's Morena Canela. And then...
So that's what I was asking. He said 7 días twice. I was like, maybe he's just like, that song's that great. Sing it.
I don't even know, man. Now you got me wondering. Go ahead.
So I share one with each of you. So I think Pink Pony Club, I didn't realize. I had heard, right? It's gone viral, and I think it was a big thing at the Grammys. And Erica was listening to it with the kids, and so a couple of weekends ago, she had it playing in the car, and all the kids like know the song. They're all singing it, and randomly, Guillermo will be like at home on the stage in my heels. and if you know my son, you know like he sings with his entire soul. So that one, a lot of fun to sing in the car with the kids, and they all know the song. 7 días by Tito WP, like I've been jamming that, and also more Tito WP because we're also going to that concert in March, and so I'm like trying to learn the lyrics in preparation.
I know which one is it. I know it's Morena Canela, number 3, Dos Días by Tito WP.
That's what I was going to ask, is it Dos Días?
And then 7 días by Tito WP and
Gabito.
So basically his album is just counting the days.
Which I almost like asked Roberto about that the other day. So he has like song Dos Días. We're just waiting on like 10 días.
Yeah.
14 días. And then there's also one that was like trendy on TikTok as well called Messy. And I think it's actually pretty good jam.
The player Messi or Messi like?
Messy, Mesy. Messy. She's a British singer, I think. But I like her voice. And it's pretty...
That's her name or the song's name?
The song's name is Messy. Her name's like Lily or Lila.
Oh, I love that one.
Right?
That's
it's
the one.
good.
It is
I'm
really
so
good.
messy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm so...
I think it became viral too because there was a TikTok of the daughter of Lionel Richie like dancing to it. Something really basic.
Yeah.
People were acting like it was almost like the moves in that movie with what is it, the cheerleaders that they do this dance that is kind of ridiculous now.
Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on like 1 or 3. Yeah, see, you knew.
Can I have the pipe?
Yeah, I'm using that one, but okay. You can use it. But yeah, that one's pretty good too. That one's pretty good.
All right.
How are you using this one if it's closed, Pablin?
Because I was going to open it.
It's like one of those things where the kid's going to use it, wants the toy, but they don't want anybody to use it, so they just keep it there, and they're like, no, that's mine. I was using it.
Now we know what kid Pablito was, and to be honest, it doesn't surprise me.
So it's rodeo season. Have you guys been to the rodeo yet?
I went. I went last Sunday.
What'd you think? How was it?
It was really good, man.
Who was playing?
Grupo Pesado.
Grupo Pesado.
So,
where are they from?
I think they're from Monterrey. They're from Mexico. But Grupo Pesado is one of those groups that it's been in the industry for...
That was pretty, right? Sorry, I was proud of my cupcaking skills.
Yep. So they've been in the business for a good while. Over 20, 30 years probably. And it's one of those groups that you don't know that you need to go watch them until you go watch them. And you remember, oh, shoot, I actually know a bunch of songs of them. They have a really known song called Ojalá que te mueras. It's very... It's like a breakup song, but it was really good. I really like going to the rodeo.
Are you big on breakup songs?
Yes. I don't know why. Everything is okay at home, but I don't know why I really enjoy them. Are you?
Yeah, I think everybody is. That was way too many sprinkles. But everything's fine now as well. So,
what about you, Pablito? Are you good on those?
I did go to the rodeo. Are you going?
I am. I have this playlist that is called Beber, which is like if I want to like take a bath or I'm drinking and just listening instead of like just want to chill. And yeah, it's like Joaquin Sabina, Silvio Rodriguez, Luis Miguel. I think I even have Franco De Vita there.
At the rodeo?
No. I'm talking about music. Didn't you take about playlists? See, I wasn't even paying attention.
No. He's talking if we've gone to the rodeo and
no, like I have a friend. He went, but he went with other friend. And I didn't get to go. No, I didn't go to a rodeo.
There's nothing special about the rodeo, probably, that I can tell you.
I thought you were talking about like, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Breakup songs.
Yeah,
we were talking about breakup songs, right?
We did. So, okay. In which I said.
So I wasn't like, okay.
Although I did say, I did say, Pablito, did you go to the rodeo? And you said, I do have a playlist.
Yeah, I didn't listen to you.
We went opening week because Gaelito, my second son, did the mutton busting. And he lasted all of like 3 seconds because the sheep was kind of didn't want to run. And that was enough for Gael to say, like, I'm done. I'm not getting back on. But it was fun. Although the food's like pretty pricey. We had dinner there, like the junk rodeo food, and it's not cheap.
But it's really good, dude. Like, so
Is it good?
I gotta say, like, this was the first time that I've tried the Korean corn dogs.
Ooh,
I don't know if you've tried them, dude.
No.
But first of all, they look pretty. It's like a regular corn dog, but instead of like just the sausage and the batter, they put mozzarella cheese. So it's 50% mozzarella cheese, 50% like the sausage, and then they put it in batter. But they can also add, true to San Antonio's fashion, they can add hot Cheetos.
Ooh.
Or bacon or put potatoes, things like that.
Which one do you have?
I got for my kids the bacon one and the hot Cheetos one. And Mila, my girl, she ate it all, but Beto, true to his fashion, didn't eat crap. So I gotta try the bacon one. It was really good, man. I think I liked it. It wasn't cheap, as Guillermo said.
So it was okay. It was definitely like rodeo food, but we did fried pickles, and it was like the fried pickle chips. It was like almost like a whole pickle, and it was more tempura fried, and it got soggy when they gave it. So I wasn't, to be honest, it was that good.
Were you disappointed?
I was disappointed, yes, and it was overpriced. My kids only ate like half of what we had ordered, but that's par for the course. So, but I think the thing at the rodeo is they have the animals that the kids could see. They had chicks hatching eggs and pigs and all kinds of stuff.
The pigs, man, they're big. Ay, Guillermo, you made a mess.
I did. What else? Did you do anything for Valentine's Day?
I actually did. I went to dinner with Arlene, my wife, and my 6-year-old son because we didn't have a babysitter. So we both took her to dinner, and it was pretty cool.
Where'd y'all go?
Went to Southerly at the Rim or La Cantera. One of the two. Is it the Rim or La Cantera? One of the two. I don't know if it's the same thing. But anyway, yeah, it was hard to find a place. But it was actually really good. The food was good.
What about you, Beto?
I don't really like the celebrating that date. It brings
Painful memories.
Yeah, painful memories. Like
So somebody didn't give you harm. Now we know where the breakup story origins comes from.
Childhood trauma and all that. We don't celebrate the date, but the reason why we went to the rodeo was because in celebration of Valentine. So
Okay.
I got tickets for that, and I went there with my wife, some friends.
Also, because we have 4 children, our options were limited, and we were not going to take them to a restaurant because that is insane. So I just picked sushi, and we had like a sushi family night at home.
Who was there? You, your wife, and your 4 children?
Yes. Guillermo and his 40 children.
Me, wife, and our 4 children.
40 children. So I love making fun of Guillermo, even though I'm not very far from that, right? Like I'm 2 kids down. But
this used to look like a fish. It doesn't look like a fish anymore.
So the reason I make fun of Guillermo is because I'm having the 2 children birthday party next week. And when we send the reservations, we suddenly saw Guillermo confirming the reservation, and it's like everyone like 2 people, 3 people, and then we saw Guillermo 6 people. Guillermo, okay, but I'm bringing half of the party.
I'm bringing half the party, and that's why I offered to buy the cake because I felt like I need to contribute a little more since I'm taking up more of the space.
So we went to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that.
We went to New Orleans. It was my birthday weekend. It was actually pretty cool. It was on our bucket list. I've never been. They never been. And actually, Roberto had never been to New Orleans before. What do you think?
Oh man, New Orleans is amazing. I think first of all, I know Pablito is gonna probably.
Well, Pablo has like an advanced strategy going on right now with his frosting. Somebody has been watching the British record.
Rachel Ray. So I think New Orleans has for sure a different vibe. It's a very interesting city. One of the pieces of information that blew my mind actually was kind of like a joke. They called New Orleans necropolis instead of a metropolis. Just because
Acropolis.
The amount of dead people that are buried in New Orleans, the ratio is 10-1. Like there is 10 dead people for each living person in New Orleans. So it's It's really interesting. It feels somehow haunted after we did a few tours. What do you think about the tours, Pablo?
Actually,
Pablo doesn't believe in any of that. So.
I'm really like. There's a saying in Spanish in Puerto Rico that say, "Yo no creo ni en la luz eléctrica," which is like I don't even believe in like electric light or something. But I'm working. This is a work of art. And actually, I don't believe in anything, no ghosts, nothing. But it was really interesting because it was also tied to the history of the city. So it's not only about just the myth or the legends and things that people tell throughout the years. It's about getting to know the city, and that was amazing. And both tours were great.
What was the story that you liked the most?
The story I liked the most, which was the one that I think it was the more fantastic. It was about there's a property over there that is owned by the archdiocese, I think it is, and then it's believed that they're vampires over there, and it's like somebody with a drone when it broke. Someone with a drone saw some structures there, and the church doesn't allow any repair, even though it's an historic building, and it was interesting. There could have been some explanation of why people thought they were vampires, and that this was the tour guide said that they used to bring women because there were not enough women for the men in New Orleans, and by the time they would get to New Orleans, they were like emaciated, pale. They were in a boat for I don't know how many days, or I think it was 30 days or something like that. So they will bring them out through, in the middle of the night, and then like a month or two will come out and they were fine because they have been fed and everything. So they think that's where some of the story, the myth about vampires. But then there's a hole in the building, and the drone saw some like coffins, and the church doesn't allow anyone to go and repair it. So it was interesting. Still don't believe in anything.
Watch out, Rachel Ray.
You should make one a panda.
Panda.
So black.
You can do a red panda.
Those are not real pandas. They're different. No. Yes. Red pandas are not panda bears.
That's not very inclusive, Pablo.
No, they're just not. The red pandas.
That's exactly what that people say.
Okay, y'all are good.
Don't get me started, man. Don't get me fired up.
So where were New Orleans. So my favorite story, first of all, I think we ended up with like really good tour guides for New Orleans. Like the first guy we had for the cemetery was the archivist and historian for that, and so he had all kinds of good stories in the cemetery. And then the woman that we had for the vampires, ghost, witches tour, she was like also some kind of person in
like the tourism secretary for one
agency, so she had a lot of stories, and actually she sent us a PDF of stories after that she didn't get to tell. But I think her personal one was the best, for where like they couldn't find her grandma after Hurricane Katrina, and they were like searching for her, and some person appeared to her and said, "Oh, this is where you need to go, this warehouse or whatever." And then at the end, it turns out like the person they saw had been dead for like 30 years.
Literalmente,
Yeah.
esa persona lleva muerta más de 20 años.
Yeah, and they like identified him in photos, but he was the person who told them where her grandmother's body was.
And it wasn't only to them, it was also like 5 more families.
Yeah, other families. So that proves that ghosts are real.
Well, no, and then what they claim is that the photo, he died of cancer, and the photo that they saw was of her grandma was a nurse, and she was his nurse, and there's a photo of them together. So I thought that was actually pretty cool.
No,
really
I think that was my favorite story, especially because it was like a personal story of her, right, and something that happened to her family. But also, like the Super Bowl was fun. We were going for the Eagles, and it was a great game to be an Eagle fan.
Yep.
So,
Not so much for the Chiefs.
No, but it was good. We had a great time. New Orleans was good to us, I would say.
I'm gonna say, like, maybe an unpopular opinion. I think I like football, but I'm not like the biggest fan of football. But I think the Super Bowl, especially the halftime show, is made for TV.
Yeah.
When we were there, like, yeah, Kendrick Lamar did great. It was like a big statement. But really, the the optics, like the production, all of that, you couldn't appreciate that from the stadium.
No.
When we watched the clips after the Super Bowl, it was like, oh my God,
And it
this
was
is
better.
really, really good. I think that the Super Bowl, like the actual atmosphere was good. The only issue that I think there was that the game was, it was okay, but it was,
No, it wasn't okay.
it was not an exciting game.
No, because it was a blowout. Like, not even the final score of 40-22 really represents how the game went, because I think the 22 points were done in the fourth quarter, like in garbage time and all that.
But the Eagles fans were really happy when we saw them walking down the street after the game. Everybody was yelling "Birds up!" and
No,
"Go
not
Eagles."
everybody. Just Guillermo, to everyone that he saw with a jersey, t-shirt, jersey, Eagles jersey or t-shirt.
Go Birds!
Yeah, he was a maniac. Like, now, like, people have been drinking. You don't even have an Eagles like attire. They might making fun of them. Like, calm down. But no, he going.
Pablo was nervous.
Yeah, like, we're gonna end in a fight, and people are gonna blame me. Even though I'm like here walking, getting blisters on my feet.
We did have to walk for like
the
over
fancy
an hour.
shoes I had. I didn't know we were gonna walk. I didn't know we were gonna do like a half marathon after the game.
We have Beto's birthday. Nope.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first have his two kids'
Oh yeah,
birthday party.
in the next weekend.
You are tasked with bringing the cake.
So Betito's gonna be 3. Mila's already 2. They're crazy. Which, by the way, they Mila opened up actually the toy that you got.
Oh,
for
really?
Betito, and you could have loved it, man. Mila now talks a lot, even though she's 2.
So she was saying it.
She was like saying it one after the other.
I think if you put it says like you just have to charge it.
So, and then we have my birthday, and after that, I think big announcements. We have the conference in Guadalajara. Guillermo is going to be speaking at the conference in Guadalajara.
Oh, and what is the conference that you're going to talk, Roberto? It's a national one. When is that?
Yes,
That's in the summer.
I'll be
The
speaking
summer?
at the National Conference of Immigration Lawyers about naturalization. It's
That's exciting.
very exciting.
It is very
actually.
exciting. Yeah, but we have a lot of stuff coming up.
And I'm going to talk at the office a lot, like always.
I'll be in DC in April to do immigration advocacy there.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think the offices of Senator Cruz, Chip Roy, and Cornyn are going to be willing to meet with you guys?
I think they'll always meet with us, but whether they're receptive to our message is another question.
I mean, because the problem with, I think right now, it's going to be a good time to go back to like Chip Roy's office and say like, hey, you say like if the policy about catch and release was out of the picture, you could be considering immigration reform. So now is the time. What's going on?
Yeah, and I think especially with all the like illegal entries down, border security up, what that was kind of the metrics we were given before of like, okay, we'll consider immigration reform once we feel like the border's secure. Well, I think right now, nobody's getting through, and there's a lot of deterrence, and there's a lot of prosecution going on, and limiting of asylum, like effectively killing asylum at the border. I'd honestly be surprised if they said, okay, yeah, now let's talk immigration reform, because I think now it's completely shifted. If you saw we're getting back to politics again, but the Valentine's Day posts from the White House were like, roses are red, violets are blue. If you're illegal, we'll deport you. Something like that.
That was disgusting with the picture of the Tsar and the King Trump.
Yeah,
that was disgusting. And actually, you mentioned that they have killed asylum at the border, but they still consider an asylum. Like, for example, for people from South Africa, right? The former white line owners.
Selective.
Yeah, they're working on that. Because they want justice. World, so they're working on how to remedy the poor situation of former landowners that are white in South Africa. Guess how they had that land, but what happened in South Africa a few decades ago? What was going on? Oh yeah, but yeah, sure. Like they're working for the people. I hate them, man. I freaking hate them. It's ridiculous. It's like I'm past the. Yeah, look at my cup.
Should we do the cupcake reveal now?
Well, the thing
Are
is,
we there?
my fish doesn't look like a fish anymore.
Damn,
why would you put it?
Sad.
Why were you putting a fish on a cupcake?
Look, a fish.
But why? Like,
because it's like the decoration. It was like the grass, the water, and a little fish was going. and the fish
I get it
that are
now.
like, yeah. It looks like a cat now.
Okay, so I think I proclaim myself the winner of the contest.
No.
I think Jackie needs to make that decision.
I think. Well,
So you people are
except
gonna vote.
you
This
gave
guy-
up,
this
you
guy-
gave up at the last one.
that was my first one.
That was your first
yeah,
one?
that was
Oh,
my.
okay.
I told you it was a basic bake sale cupcake. This one looked nicer, but I smashed it on the table.
That one actually seems pretty Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Like,
The heart.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you hated Valentine.
He
hates
it's
everything.
like the theme of the
Yeah,
month.
man, what's going Guillermo?
Red,
So-
white, and blue. These colors don't.
Yeah, don't believe. I beat a cat because that's my
Laser cat.
that's my daughter's favorite animal now, cat. And then I just went with like,
Color schemes.
yep.
That's contemporary art.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to a museum and see like a painting and it's all blue. It's like, well, what that means is the abyss inside. Man, it's just blue.
White, red, and blue. This color
It's supposed to be a
it's called the throw up.
3. No, that was supposed to be a 3. A 3.
Wait, hold it back up again.
A 3.
Oh
like it.
yeah.
Oh.
A 3. A 3. Not a 3.
Yeah, I was looking for the number.
No.
So
a 3.
I
And then this one was abstract. This one was abstract. and then
Contemporary.
This
Contemporary.
one was supposed to be a fish, and he looked like a goldfish, but not anymore.
Yesterday, I was talking at a meeting I was at to a young guy I've known at our church for a long time, and I had a conversation with him about the political landscape a few weeks ago, and he's studying at UTSA, right? And he was telling me after our conversation a few weeks ago, like he'd always been interested in law school, but now he's like, I want to go. Like I want to go to law school. And so he started like really following our social media and our Instagrams, right? And going through our stuff and watched our podcast. He was telling me last, and he's like, and the white guy, I had no idea his first language was Spanish. He's like, I thought, until I talked, I was like surprised. He's like the white guy that works with you, and I was like, oh, Pablito, yes. Like
I
was like, until he opens his mouth saying 3, it's the 3.
It's the 3. I know, and I wish I was a little bit browner. You know what? That song about like I wish I was a little bit taller. It's like I wish I was a little bit browner to represent la raza, but nope. Apparently, I look like the colonizers.
Hey, you got enough brown hair, Pablo. Don't worry.
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
Did I win?
No, we're gonna be posting it.
Oh, are people gonna judge us? Oh, I would have tried harder if I knew.
I saw you trying pretty hard. Don't even pretend. It's like, oh, I would have done better. I saw you like focus.
I would have brought my own materials.
Yeah. My own pipe bag.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. Episode, what are we? Season 4, episode 2.
It's episode 4. Not season. We're like a British TV show that have like a few episodes per season, like 3 episodes. That's it. One
Just
season.
pilots.
Limited series. All right. Well, thank you guys
care.
for joining.
And remember, let's rodeo San Antonio. Yeehaw!
Yeah.